For real. And all the evil, then it would make it so funny. You say obey the masters. You right. And then that's why all the people did Illuminati. Signed all these niggas' souls to the industry. So you telling me, Lord, as long as I sold my soul to the masters, which is the people that you told me to go to, for them to give me some money, you shouldn't get mad then, Lord, if I sold my soul to the record labels. If I go out there to the masters and sell my masters. You should get mad. You told us to obey the masters. They the masters. They run the music business. They run the entertainment companies. They run all the food industries. So you say obey the masters. That's why you see all them rappers be rich. Because they doing what God told them to do. Was obey their masters. And all the people that you think is evil is getting all the money. The people you think is why? Because they know the truth. It's really the rich is evil. The rich is good. You know, the good, see, it's the opposite. The people you think is the evil people is the ones that's getting blessed the most. The ones you think that's good, better than him, is ones that's cursed the most. You ain't getting shit the most. You suffer the most. The evil motherfuckers, they do things to obey the masters, they get the most. They earn the most. They make the most money. You see what's going on? Shit fake. Putting all my faith in some powerful being and I'm suffering. Ain't shit being answered. It's like the ones that's evil don't even pray and still be able to pay their bills, still be able to be on point, still be able to put a lot of food in their kids' mouth and family mouths, and they the rich, they do witchcraft and black magic and all kinds of shit. It seems like the evil motherfuckers get all the shit they need, all the shit they so-called deserve. They get houses and real estate. They figure out how big they get good luck because when they do rituals and all that. Because the evil ones, they do whatever it takes to get all the wealth. You see, like the ones that try to do normal right shit with faith and be holy, those the ones don't got shit. They poor, they ain't got no money, can't take the kids to go out to go vacation, can't go on trips, can't even do certain things in life, can't even survive good, so the right, consistent way. It's like you can't even be consistent survivally. You can't even survive like consistently without you have to sell your soul to the devil or develop the devil shit to get more out of life. It seems like you got to do more dark shit to get more out of life. That would feel like the Lord want us to do the most. He's just trying to use it. They trying to make it look like, see, these churches fucking our heads up. Telling us one thing in church, but then deep down, he means something totally different when he said, obey your master. That's why I was confused. The church telling me one thing, but there's something he's saying different. You know? It's like the people that doing the right thing with faith, those the ones suffering. And they ain't even ask to suffer. They just want help. They want a decent job or something that could keep them up. It's like they got to go through more harder the rejections of the supervisors, of the hiring managers. I can't even get a maintenance job. Why? Because I'm attacked by what? Trying to do good? See, if I was out here fucking up and all that shit in these streets, I would get all kind of chances and blessings. It seems like I got to be a fuck up person to get what I want out of life. Hold up, nigga. What's good, Jermaine? What's poppin'? This life is a trick. No, I don't know, man. I don't be honest with y'all, boy. I don't trust a motherfucking thing no more. I don't know what to trust. I don't know what to trust the Bible. I don't know I should trust anything, dog, because it's like it's a setup. When you start doing too much trusting, you start to fall into this faith trust, and you get caught up, and then you get suffer. You be still in pain. People want to get you out the way, and you fucked. You know what I'm saying? You still fucked. Like if you faithful or not, you still got to go through this shit alone. Right? You still alone at the end of the day, thinking that you doing something right the whole time. You worshiping the wrong damn God. You thought you was worshiping the right God the whole time. You see? Like vice versa. You thinking you doing something the right way the whole time you ain't. You worship the wrong damn God. You know, you worship some shit that you was taught to worship, and it was not supposed to be the one thing you're supposed to worship. It was multiple gods. You know, you got the God that made the human race. You got the God that made the animal race. The God that made, you never know what the fuck happened. We just go, oh, the Bible said this. The Bible said that. They come to find out, homeboy, he broke the Bible down so good. He said, watch, I'm going to play it though, Jermaine. What's up, people? Good morning. I'm going to play it. I'm going to let y'all watch this shit. And listen, and let me know what y'all think next time we go live. All right? Because this is going to be deep. I'm going to play this nigga video. He going to break down the Bible. He going to say how fake the Bible is. I'm talking about it's going to mess y'all heads up. Watch this shit. When he's going to let you know when you pour your faith in it ain't the right place. And it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be a lot of rebellions. It's not rebellions. It's just people just confused. And I start to think they're not rebellion. People are not going to be rebellion. It's just they confused to the truth. They know if there was somebody out there with it to help them out in life, to save their souls, it would have probably been on the good side. Because people out here confused and shit. That's why they out here look out to be rebellion. Because they don't know what the fuck is true or not. They don't trust this shit, this religious system. It could still be another a piece of control for the people is religion. That's the number one control is religion. It got you jumping to this Christian chain train into some false ass shit that we supposed to believe in for 100 more years. Hold up. I'm sorry about that. You know, and all these folks out here suffering and trying to survive, and we gotta suffer. And these people out here doing the best they can to take care of their families, and they gotta suffer. And they believe in God. I ain't gonna speak for everybody, shit. But people that believe in the Lord, they powerful, have faith. They believe in the Bible. They read the Bible. They believe in. They pray every morning. They pray every night. They do the best they could do without having bad addictions and things. And then it's like they still being punished. Why they don't have no protection angels that, or once you automatic? Why is it's like an automatic protection. Like as soon as you believe in the Lord from your heart and your soul, like you believe in him. Why we not automatically covered with blessings straight up, like instantly blessings, like instant, like, you know, by the next day, you should have a note on your door saying you're a millionaire because God rewarded you from the faith and he let somebody else reward you. Why ain't that simple for God to use other people to help faithful people by the energy that they give out to the Lord? And he just automatically get the angel people to go to the people that's got that energy in their heart and just give them a certain wake up. It's why? Because it's all a lie. Because it was so real about spiritual connection with these angels and these beings and these good. We supposed to be automatically teaming up with them and working with them. And they supposed to cover us, protect us, and help us with these type of situations in the front of the world. So the world could know how powerful he is as the Lord. That he got beings walking around and rewarding people to do good deeds for God. You know, we're not being rewarded by these type of angels and shit like that. They're just watching over us. It's almost like they're watching us without giving us any information. You see, that's what it sounds like. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like we're just being watched as surveillance by some UFOs called angels, which that's what they use as watchers. They call them the watchers, which I feel like those are the UFOs, right? Watching us from these. I think it's not no God involved. I think it's some alien creature that called itself the Lord, and he's supposed to be this so-called alien ship that we supposed to obey. It ain't no man. It's an alien, really. You see what I'm trying to say? But I don't want to scare nobody. But I don't think I'm starting to think it ain't no man. I don't think it's one of them kind of. I think it's an alien being, a special alien power creature that have abilities to control the human race. Okay, I don't think it's what we think it is for real. I think it's these race that we talking about. It's the good race, but it's a tricky race. Like, you gotta be very careful with this shit, dog. Listen. I'm about to play him right now, bro. I'm about to play him, bro. You feel me?
I'm not an atheist, but what I have stated for a very, very long time, the person that you are saying is God in here is not God, is not the creator of the universe. One of the things that they like to say in church, God is good all the time. He's the same in the beginning is the same as he is now today. He's never changed. Well, let's look at what this biblical text has to say, or rather, what God has to say. Ephesians 6:5. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear and with sincerity of heart, just as
You heard him? He called us slaves, man. So do y'all believe the Bible like that? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you believe this shit? How the fuck he knew about us being slaves? How the fuck did he knew that we was gonna be slaves? That's another red flag. Y'all got all right, my brother. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, bro. Just let me know today, man. Let me know today, bro. Just let Lance know today and tell him give me a call so we can set it up today, dog. That's cool. We could do that. My bad, man. I just saw your message. Yeah, do that, my brother. Just go hit me up from Lance. Let that boy know. You know what I'm saying? Give you my contact and shit.
Would obey Christ. Now let's think about this for a minute. You an all-knowing, all God, creator of a universe, and literally can create planets with just spoken word, create living things with spoken word, but all of a sudden, you can't say slavery don't exist. You can't say, I don't want slavery to ever exist in my universe. I cast it out of my universe. The thought will never appear in anyone's mind. You can't do that? So what does it mean? What this means is, you gotta remember, the Bible was written by what?
People.
Human beings. They're trying to say that this thing was orchestrated by the God that created the universe. No, it's much deeper and darker than that. Now, the last time I checked, fear and love don't really go together. They just don't go together. My hypothesis is that most people become religious, in this particular case Christianity, because they want to protect their asses. They don't want to burn in this quote-unquote lake of fire. But why would this all-knowing and all-loving God want you to be fearful of your master?
See? Why would God want you to be fearful, scared of your slave master? How that sound, man? Do that sound like a God wrote that shit or a man wrote that shit? You see how we're being stuck in the box. And they call it doubt. Oh, if you doubt, he might break that shit down too. He might break it down too. If you doubt me, you're gonna be punished. Like, you doubt me? Like, what you mean? If I can't doubt you. I'm a human. Remember, God? I'm a human. I'm not perfect. I might do doubt you. I'm a human. So I'm gonna get punished. I'm gonna go to hell. I'm gonna be in fire and burn in fire because I had some doubts about what I should believe in. Yeah, you're gonna burn that. Like, that don't even make sense, man. So you're gonna be punished for doubting the Lord one time of doubt. It shows a sign of rebellion. That you're gonna go to hell. Nah, bro. Something off. You're being forced. Hold on. Now watch this shit.
Accept this slavery, but this is the creator of the universe. And you guys wonder where all this slavery came from. You think white people invented slavery? White people didn't invent no damn slavery. Because these people who were doing this foolishness were not white. Romans 6:16. Don't you know that when you offer yourselves to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one you obey? Whether you are slaves to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness. They just love slaves in this book, don't they? And they want you to be damn obedient. You better be obedient. 1 Corinthians 7:22. And remember, if you were a slave when the Lord called you, you are now free in the Lord. Oh, how nice of you. I can still be a slave, but as long as I'm calling on the Lord and believing in the Lord, I'm a slave in the physical body, but my mind can be free. But my body can never be free. And if you were free when the Lord called you, you are now a slave of Christ. Oh, why, thank you.
That's in the Bible. That stuff, he ain't just making that up. He's reading passages in the Bible. This is facts written in the book. See? The preachers don't tell you all of that. You go to the church, they tell you all the faith talk. Oh, yeah, Lord, we gonna be all that little shit there, but they don't break it down like this.
I can now be a slave of Christ as well. Come on. This is complete foolishness.
See how niggas get out the church because the church don't even know what to tell y'all. The church is supposed to be teaching y'all the good deeds of life. Do good by people. That kind of stuff. Now it is obey the book and obey the Bible now, because you don't obey the, like that kind of talk. You can't tell nobody what to obey, but you could definitely show them life, show them other ways to treat the people with good energy. You know, that I believe in the universe gods that believe in good come back for good people who do good shit. Not all that Bible written preaching shit. To preach about the life, like you do good, you do this, you don't do that now because it's gonna mess up your universe. If you have sex with all type of man, you're gonna mess up your body universe. Your body is made out of the temple because you need to see. It's like that. That's what we need to preach at church. Not all that extra Bible text bullshit, dog. That shit, look, cause it's twisted up. It's twisted up. They twist it up, bro. Now watch what he finna say.
If you think this is the creator of the universe doing this, if you really truly in your heart believe that sincerely, then you've been fooled to the highest level.
Many claim that to be a slave of God is to serve God in the spiritual sense, a state of obedience that is self-inflicted. But let's consider the historical context. The Mesopotamian texts, which predate the Bible, offer striking similarities to biblical narratives. For instance, the story of Noah in the Bible parallels Mesopotamian flood accounts. In the Epic of Atrahasis, Enki warns Atrahasis of a flood planned by Enlil, instructing him to build an ark, much like the biblical Noah. Also in the Atrahasis, humans were created as workers, literal slaves for the gods. Stephanie Daly, a British scholar of the ancient Near East and fellow of...
We was already built to be slaves. I told y'all that, bro. That's why we work every day. There's the reptilians. They not the Nimrods no more. They are the reptilians. Reptilians took over the Nimrod spot. So now instead of the Nimrod god, the big Egyptian gods, them 10-foot tall beings walking around the planet, showing who they are, saying what the fuck we gotta do this, do that, y'all gotta do that. They making us work through a system with the reptilians. It's guiding us to do all this shit. Why they ain't got no robots building the buildings? Why we just can't get paid? Why we got to get paid to take care of our life? Why we got to where that came from? From the ancients. That's paying them money. That came from them. They developed this economic system to control the people. So getting paid is another form of slavery, and niggas don't even know it. I ain't no slave. I get paid. You still a slave, bro, because they got to tell you what to do to get paid. You don't work for yourself. You don't work on your own time. You don't get up and just cut wood and butcher trees and sell it for yourself. So you are a slave, long as you obey the master's rules. It's work in the society to take care of your bills, and that's the system they set up for us to be controlled. So I realized what's going on, bro. Like, we are set the fuck up. Hold up, nigga.
Institute for Ancient and Middle Eastern Studies, explains that the text states, "Create primeval man so that he may bear the yoke, the work of Enlil. Let man bear the load of the gods."
The only thing we're supposed to be doing is building homes and factories for our people that we're doing right now. If them Mexicans and Spanish and black people decided to develop our own shit, so it don't feel like slavery. We could do it right now. We don't gotta do anything the white man tell us to do. We just doing it because we scared to go to jail. We scared they're gonna try to send a martial law. Or they're gonna send a martial law and all that shit, and we're gonna go to jail. We're gonna be losing everything we earn. So they scared to strike. Niggas is humans, is people are scared to hit strike. They scared to go on strike right now because they don't want to fuck up their income. They think that's a part of their life, which is fake. We ain't supposed to pay nothing. Nothing supposed to be paid for. They lied to the people. That's why they laughing at you every time you paying some kind of bill that they control you to pay, like some kind of insurance, some stupid ass bill, like some stupid shit. They laugh at you. They laugh at the people. We are the modern day slaves and jokes that we be shooting and killing each other over money and bragging about how much money we got more than the next nigga, and it's all controlled. The money is not real. They use that to control y'all in the community, make y'all kill the niggas like us, make us kill niggas like you over money. Because it's fake, it's control. Make you desperate. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. It ain't fake when this bill's trying to be paid. Yeah, that's where they got your mind fucked up at. You right. No, you wrong, actually. You'll never tell a motherfucker he right. If you know you on the path of understanding, the nigga talking about, well, the bills ain't this, or I gotta pay these bills, that's a problem. You still a slave. That's a part of slavery. So it's no argument when you gotta pay bills when you of course, because it's part of the slavery system. They want you to pay their bills. That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, you bragging about some shit that they want you to do. You right. Yeah, at least I pay my bills. Yeah, because that's the shit you bragging they want you to do. You actually repeating what the fuck they want you to do. That don't even make sense to even beat an argument about. Yeah, I pay my bills and I do this and I do that. Yeah, that's in a system. Yeah, you doing everything that God said you should do. Obey your master. You're doing exactly what he asked you to do. Hold up, nigga. Because you can't be creative on your own. You can't figure out what else that you could do in this life to live. So you obeying the masters as much as you can to what? Pay for basic living that they control. They control your lease. They control your because you're not owning shit. You don't own that property. You don't own that land. So you still obeying. You obeying you obeying the masters, all right. Until we snap out of it, until we wake the fuck up as a people and work together and build our own shit up. To say how they gonna break for them to pay us to build up our buildings? We know how to do it. All this time, we know how to build these buildings this whole time, but we're waiting on them to tell us what to do. We could have been put our people in position. We could have been put the black and Spanish nations in nice houses of our own. If we had all this goddamn skills all this year, we could build these nice buildings ourselves. Mexicans and blacks only look like to me. So we could do this on our own. Imagine how much we could have did. We'd have had a paradise, America, if we never had to listen to them folks. We would have been doing everything when we want to do it. We'd have had big buildings and houses for free, for all living. Nigga, people have been living for cheap. We would control everything. It would be these people controlling us how much shit's supposed to cost. How it's supposed to be if a house was $2, it's $2. For a 5-bedroom home. You gonna listen to these bitch ass crackers? Oh, well, my house is $2 million because it's a nice house. Nigga, fuck that, man. Man, sell a house for 10,000, nigga. 10, 15,000. Fuck up. Just because you want to raise the price on some kind of building or you do construction. I want to put prices and shit. You feel me? Hold up, nigga. Like you built the shit. The only person supposed to get that money was the construction workers. That deserve that kind of budget. But other than that, the house should just be the cheapest house you could put. You could put a house in any price you want. It could be $2, $3, $4, $10, $500, $1,000. How much? Who gives a fuck? It's because y'all want to eat. Y'all want to manipulate and eat off of these motherfuckers. Y'all want $400,000 for these little ass, these cheap ass, these homes with these materials that's not even that expensive. I seen when I do construction work, when I start to do I was building homes too. When I was in the home thing, when I was more younger. And I was watching how they build houses. I say they build these shits cheap. These are cheap materials. Cheap concrete. cheap shit. And I watched every single thing. It's all wood and concrete. And I watched the stove they put in, cheap budget stoves. It wasn't with the big faucets with the nice 3D on it, the 3D shit, the LED light on the faucet. You could see yourself washing dishes. They had that kind of advanced kitchen. There was no real marble material. It's fake marble material. They be looking like it's marble cabinets. It's fake marble cabinets. Now, this shit be fake materials. You feel me? They want all this money. Cheap materials. But they want all this money. Cheap paint. Don't even paint your crib right. Paint cheap. I used to build condos. I put doors and shit in condos, cabinets. And we used to watch them do the cabinets from scratch. Cheap. Cheap. I watched it, and they want $3,000 a month for some. I went in the condo, right? This nigga say he paid $3,500. No, he say like $2,800 for a studio. And I went to go deliver him some shit, right? And I watched his crib from the inside, and I say, "Damn, you paying $2,800 for this shit?" I say, "Man, I saw some shit." Dog. I was like, "Damn, you $2,800 for this shit?" Like, cause I told him, cause I build these shits. We used to build these buildings. We used to make these buildings. We used to put the cabinets after they finished the construction. We used to see how much cheap shit they put into y'all shit, and then make y'all pay $3,000 a month. You know, like y'all crib just look expensive, but the shit that we put in is really it's cheap. You know, so niggas don't know that these condos and these apartment complexes and these shits and these houses be cheap materials. They just make it look expensive. All right, don't get it twisted, bro. So you spend about $500,000 on some cheap ass shit that you could have built yourself. You could have had your own team come out and build that house. If you knew a team that could build houses that you could know, you could call a team up. Hey man, I got a budget for y'all to build my house. You could have all ownership of the price of the house. You didn't have to even pay nobody to pay for that house after it was built. I would have just paid somebody to build it for me, and I would just kept it for myself. Like all this shit, this corrupted ass system. Hold up, nigga.
The masses and collect a lot of money, and also keep a lot of slaves for a lot of free labor, because free labor is really important in ancient times. You know what the Romans used to do? This is even during the Roman Catholic era. In the beginning, when they merged with the Christians and said, look, we're going to just adopt this Christianity thing because y'all are fighting against us too damn much. Let's just take this and wrap it into our paganism and make it into one religion and collect money from everybody and make them bring us all their offerings and all their fresh harvest so we don't got to go hunting for food. To bring this stuff to the front steps, your best offerings. We want it because we got to put that in our storehouses because we hungry and we ain't going to do no work. You're going to bring it to us and we're going to tell you that the blessings are coming from up above. Leviticus 25:44. However, you may purchase a male and female slave from among the nations around you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, more collusion.
So it gives the KKK's permission to do what they want to do. It's in the Bible.
With slave masters. More owning of slaves.
So he made a permission for us to be slaves in the Bible. So that's why it was easy for us to be slaves. How that sound, nigga? Did that sound like a God talk to you? Or it sound like a man made that shit just for us to put us in more impression, captivity? Right? Does it sound like what God wants us to do is be more slaves? Like that shit sounds set up, nigga.
Storehouses, because we're hungry and we ain't gonna do no work. You're going to bring it to us, and we're going to tell you that the blessings are coming from up above. Leviticus 25:44. However, you may purchase a male and female slave from among the nations around you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, more collusion with slave masters. More owning of slaves. More approval for purchasing human bodies, human people. Sentient beings, for use as you see fit. Ecclesiastes 2:7. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. So these slaves had babies. I also owned large herds and flocks more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. This is somebody they're bragging about. Man, I'm breeding these slaves over here, man. Come on now, I'm breeding slaves. This is a piece of cake. This is supposed to be a divine book authored by God himself. If you believe that, that's where you're going with everything. Let's read this. Exodus 21:20 through 21. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result. But they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their own property. Really? This is God talking. What is this foolishness? Somebody come in my face and tell me that the creator of the universe made this statement, I'm gonna laugh and walk away. And yet, millions of people drop to their knees and pray for this stuff. Are you kidding me? What kind of fairy tales are we believing in? What kind of adults are falling for these fluffy stories? If a man walked up to you in your street right now, and you and your family, and told you something like this, you literally would turn and walk the other way, laughing or either running in horror. And yet, people are following this thing, and people have used that exact statement to promote and push slavery in the most recent era over black people for the last 400 years. And we still ain't all the way out of it yet, because we got economic slavery, we got the prison system.
You heard him? Economic, what I told you. I told you that. I said economic slavery. You ain't no such thing. It is. It is a such thing as work slaves. I told y'all that shit. And niggas think I just be talking. I said everything he just said.
In your street right now, and you and your family, and told you something like this, you literally would turn and walk the other way, laughing or either running in horror.
So that means, I told you about the universe. The reason why I said that you're supposed to still do good deeds, because the universe gods is controlling the people, not just this slave master book teller. No, the universe gods. That's the ones that do good. That's why you survive every day. That's why you get blessings. You getting blessed from the universe. You know, the universe seeing you got a good heart, soul. You keeping that chakras up on point. You keeping your chakras attached. You trying to help other people attach their chakras, because the universe is deeper than what we think. That's the ones that's allowing the power, until they gave the power to the Nimrods, all the gods that we had in the past ancient times. That power came from some source, which is from the universe. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna tell you it is a high power out there, but he believes it's not the one in the Bible. I believe the same thing. It is a high power, but it ain't not one we believe in the Bible. That's the controllers.
People are following this thing, and people have used that exact statement to promote and push slavery in the most recent era over black people for the last 400 years. And we still ain't all the way out of it yet, because we got economic slavery, we got the prison system slavery, we got the educational slavery. We're still in the matrix right now with the slavery system. We ain't all the way out of it yet. And we get the mental enslavement, which has really held us back even more for the longest period of time. It's gonna take more, maybe 15, 20 more generations to work out of our DNA and put us in a seriously bad spot. But that one verse I read you was the premise for the majority of the teachings in the slave churches, where the master would sit right there in the church with one person that he had ordained to be the pastor, because he can read, only one, and he's going to read these specific scriptures, especially this one is mandatory reading. Mandatory reading. The slave Bible is in the Library of Congress. You can go check that out. Romans 14:9. For this very reason, Christ died and returned to life, so that he might be the Lord of both dead and the living. So now we're going into where people are talking about this return of Jesus. But nowhere in the Bible does it say Jesus is coming back. It keeps mentioning Christ. Jesus didn't say he was going to return. He said the Christ would return. What is the Christ? When you look into, there's been many Christs on this planet. When you look into what a Christ is, it's a level of consciousness. You see, there's some good stuff in the Bible. But what they did was they took the good stuff and they
Okay, but I say about the universe, what the consciousness is, it's something to do with the afterlife, right? Universal, conscious. Christ is a universal God somewhere in the universe. That's the creator of all creations. I think that's the Christ energy that was to be a part of that creator that was a creator, the creator for all creations. Then it's the Jesus came as a physical form, but the Christ spirit came from that's what the spirit of Christ was, the spirit of God. You see what I'm trying to say? So that slavery part in the Bible, God never proved that he wrote the book. If he did wrote the book, it ain't the book we reading now. It ain't what we supposed to be looking at. If it was anything, power six, like symbols and shit like that, that's why we seen all the carvings and symbols. And that's the universe speaking. The God was speaking through the Egyptian gods to speak to the human workers. And they was carving it on the fucking walls. They say this is what we experience. These beings came from a high power. That's why they was the third hand to the second hand beings, which is the first beings was the gods. They was the first creators of God creators because they had power. And then it was the humans, and we witnessed them get their power from who? A high power. So the Bible was nowhere formed. I'm trying to tell you. How the fuck they missed that? That just shows you that this was human shit was already around already before this so-called book came out. We had a whole system of human system of how we supposed to obey the universe gods and all this and spiritual and climb with the universe already before any Bible was something for us to look into. You see, so that shit debunked. We were still protected by the high power from back in the days without the Bibles in our face. You know, and guess what? They had no jobs, no careers, beating themselves up for retirement, 401ks. They had to worry about all that shit. It was eating free water. When that was happening, wow, because it was clear for us to know what God was at that era. Now it's confused. It's mixed up with all this shit in the matrix. And the way we got to wake up every morning to do everything. Our mind is controlled. Our mind is so focused on other shit instead of just the Lord energy, survival, go home, family. People think it's a problem staying home. Oh, you staying home too much, you lazy. That's what that's what the natural people used to do, was stay indoors or if they ain't indoors, they out there cutting trees for their family. They cutting wood for their families or other families. Not working for no companies. Nigga. They ain't working. You slave. It's called economic slaving. Work was when you go out there and learn that same skill for your household and other families and help out the other needs of people in their life, not just for your companies. You make the companies get richer and richer and richer and richer for sales. Oh yeah, man, what I do, man, but this they charge a lot for this. Yeah, I know you work for a company that milking motherfuckers out their banks. Duh. Of course they charging a lot for their products. They selling shit. You see, we came from an era where they never sold, we trade. Hold up, nigga. We trade. Diamond for diamond, stone for stone, food for food, product to product, cotton to cotton. You know, it was like seed for seeds. You know, fruit for fruits. Like it was shit like fruit for cloth. Fruit, it was trades. We had those. Oh, we gonna sell it. We go. Nah, nigga. We was experimenting the earth. The earth was giving us the natural gift from God. Like we was naturally. The earth was our Bible. The universe was our God. Like, you know what I'm saying? The earth was like letting us know what Mother Nature was letting us know. My bad. Mother Nature was our guidance. Knowing if it's too windy, stay in. If it's raining too hard, know what that means. That was like we was going through shit like that. Then it went from weather control, manipulating the weather. So now the frequencies of the patterns of the, you see, they're trying to throw us away from the natural universe. The air is universe. The natural, we lucky we got air. Oxygen, universe. We lucky we got that. Because they try to take these crackers, these reptilians, we are invaded. They try to take us away from ourselves. They don't want us to get back around and them our natural. That's why if you look up the old ancient travelers, they say they went over the ice wall and they met the other beings, and they used to be the old beings, and they used to be here before our generation, and they had to go over the ice wall. They said that they got to come back to save the human race. They talking about us. Why? Because the reptilians and all them and Dracos and reptilian Dracos and them, they try to revamp. They try to take over this place. And they trying to, this now, hold on, nigga. I did a lot of different homework. So the ancestor Republicans, and it sound like a Latino Spanish vibe. Yes, it is Spanish race over the ice wall. It is Spanish race, and they deep over there too. I'm talking about if I could show y'all all the proof. Oh my gosh. Did y'all know it was all kind of Spanish, damn French and Spanish and British races all over the damn ice wall, nigga? So that mean anybody that's Mexican and Spanish and leave the goddamn past Antarctic and go over the ice wall, they gonna be speaking Spanish to other Spanish races over there? Even the Indians got a whole different race that's over the ice wall. Yeah, nigga. Blacks too, the Africans. There's a whole, we have a different, it's a name for it. There's a different culture, but original. And how I know all this? I'm like, this nigga know all that shit? And I know more too. And they believe in the old traditional system. That's why they left. Because they didn't want these crackers to impress what they normally knew how to do. There was a big ass war with the Tartarians going against the so-called elites. They was trying to destroy the Tartarian business with this world trade and all that shit. They was the last ones left, really. But before them, the other race left. It was other pieces of human races, of traditional Spanish race, the Indian race, all of them. There's a whole different levels of traditional beings of our kind of that mastered this earth, mastered this planet, had free energy. They left already. They left because they knew it was coming. They knew what the fuck was coming. So they left. They escaped. Not left, they escaped. And so the crackers knew what was going on. So they said, you know what? We ain't gonna let the rest of the people know what's on the other side. We gotta control the Antarctic regions. So they called it the Antarctic Treaty. The treaty is the control regions of all the leaders that don't want everybody to go to all, because the Antarctic is like a big round, big, massive, long of land of ice that surround the whole planet. It's like a big circle. So you can't but go past a shortcut to see what's on the other side of any ice wall unless you get over it or under it. Right, so they knew that was happening because the old map shows the proof, and they can't debate that because it was already documented in the old maps. So the old map shows you the old animals, the creatures they used to have on them lands, so they can't even lie about it. So and that's why they say Antarctic is covered with so much creatures that's under the damn dirt and the ice and stuff, because those are old creatures that's to be on the earth that's buried in the ice. That if you look in the old map, you're gonna see a lot of little creatures and little animals that used to be on the Antarctic land. And that land was covered with ice. Due to reptilians that needed the ice, because they said, I found that out, that the ice came from what the war of the gods had went through. And how I know that? How I know all this shit, bro? Remember the Antarctic? Remember the Atlanteans flood? When they flood the Atlantean region by Cuba? No. It's like, I don't know if it was on this side of our ocean, Atlantic Ocean, whatever. What part of the ocean it was at? I know we had the kingdom. It sunk in because of the God War. So it was two gods fighting, and it caused the Ice Age. Then the Ice Age caused a different timing. of the seasons. You feel me? We had all these different eras. So when they talk about this Bible and all this shit, like we gotta obey, that shit is future bullshit. And so all the ice wall people that moved over, the old Spain people, the Spanish colonies, the old British colonies, the African colonies, you know, they all went over the ice wall, man, and we built a whole different colony over there for the truth, tradition. They followed the truth and traditions, rules. That's why they left this side of the lands, because this land is on some Illuminati shit, on some reptilian shit, and they say, hell no. We believe in the high power still. And so they all the spiritual version of us left over the walls. The spiritual versions that's got so much protection by the high power. They got so much, you'll think they doing voodoo. That's how powerful they is. They so powerful, they got powers. They got abilities and shit like psychic abilities and shit like that. Probably levitation abilities. That's how powerful them old beings was. You feel me? They was mastering minds. So they had to leave this land. They said, hell no, boy. So they left the land and they went over the ice walls. And the ice walls was too icy for us to go over. They blocked it, called it the treaty. They called it the Antarctic Treaty to keep us from going around, to explore more of the world, to get to our traditional traditions. And that's why they want to use us as slavery and made this thing called the Bible. Now we fast forward into the Bible world now. So the Bible world was basically speaking on the new world. You see, to keep us impressed. They call that keep us in captivity in a different ways. So when white folks thought they was taking over, they wasn't taking over. Because even they own white folks, they still got to get jobs. They got to pay their rent, still got to suffer too. They like, wait, hold up. We did all this shit to these black folks, thought that we had more freedom than these black folks, and we still, because y'all was set up. You feel me? It was deeper than what y'all thought it was. You know, even y'all own people thought it was all just for y'all people. Y'all had that much special privileges. Even y'all ain't got that much special privileges. You know, if you're talking about just race, because you start to think about it, they mastermind that segregation law and say, you know what, we're going to end the segregation because we seeing white folks that started doing a lot of jungle fevering. The jungle fever came out of nowhere. They called it the jungle fever all of a sudden. When you see white folks merging with black people, colliding with the black folks and loving black men, women, white ladies loving black men, loving on the white women, having babies. So they called it the jungle fever ever. And they ended that segregation shit too. Before that, but they been into that segregation shit. So when they realized before they ended it, like, hold up, man, woo, let's end this shit. And they ended that law, and then it made everybody think everything was gonna be peaches, and then come to find out crackers that was. So y'all want to make peace with these niggas? Y'all don't want to make them 100% slaves to the white system? All right, we'll make y'all crackers slaves too. Not even the crackers, but they saying like, well, I don't like y'all too. Because we are the controllers, right? So we gonna make all y'all slaves. You see how they tricked them? So that mean you could tell that we ran by reptilians. Because reptilians are from the deceiving demon. They got the same demon deceiving spirit like the devil. So the reptilians are easy to deceive you. You know, they demons, they damn self. They fallen angels too. They part of the fallen angel tribe. They if they not, they from a different. They not one of us. So that's why they don't give a fuck about the white folks. That's not. You got some of them that's are, some of them not. Reptilian white folks. Some are just different. You know, we just humans. We just got the color ones and the white ones. But be careful. So watch what he finna say.
Wrote it with a lot of bad stuff, a lot of darkness, a lot of manipulation and agenda, and a lot of.
I'm done now, bro.
To be the pastor, because he can read only one, and he's going to read these specific scriptures, especially this one. Is mandatory reading. Mandatory reading. The Slave Bible is in the Library of Congress. You can go check that out. Romans 14:9. For this very reason, Christ died and returned to life so that he might be the Lord of both dead and living. So now we're going into where people are talking about this return of Jesus. But nowhere in the Bible does it say Jesus is coming back. It keeps mentioning Christ. Jesus didn't say he was going to return. He said, what is the Christ? When you look into, there's been many Christs on this planet. When you look into what a Christ is, it's a level of consciousness. You see, there's some good stuff in the Bible. But what they did was they took the good stuff and they overrode it with a lot of bad stuff, a lot of darkness, a lot of manipulation and agenda, and a lot of propaganda. You gotta be able to discern what's good and what's bad. What is being born again? Being born again is rising up to a higher level of consciousness and looking back on your previous thought process and realizing that you've grown consciously. That's being born again. Not having some pastor douse you in the ocean or throw you in a bathtub or splash water on your baby. Your baby don't even know what the hell's going on. Being born again is rising in consciousness. Christ's consciousness is the highest level. The ancient sages knew this. Jesus Christ was not the first Christ. There was many Christs before Yeshua the Christ. It's a level of thinking and understanding. It has nothing to do with this foolishness that you've been preached and taught. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, and these are your temples. You got to call on the name of Jesus so that you can be saved and you can be born again and you can die and go to heaven. But then here's the other contradiction. I'm believing and walking in Christ and then calling on the name of Jesus. I'm going to be raptured up into heaven. I'm never going to have to die. So am I going to die or do I not got to die? The Bible says you got to die to get to enter the gates. And then somewhere else it says you don't have to die to enter the gates. But which one is it? Which one is it? Well, let's take a look at that. The rapture doctrine. John Nelson Darby. He added that to the Bible in 1827. That's not too long ago. I mean, that's literally just a couple hundred years ago. The rapture doctrine was added to the Bible as a cliff note. Pastor saw it as a positive thing that can put fear into people and energize the people and can bring in a lot of money. So they made it part of the scripture, became part of the doctrine, but it was a cliff note originally by John Nelson Darby, 1827. There is no rapture. If you've been sitting around kicking your feet up, watching the world burn, thinking, oh, the infidels will be burning in this unlimited eternal fire, and I'm just going to be swept away off this planet, so I'm not going to do anything down here. I'm not going to put any of my energy into these people. I'm just going to ask for forgiveness and wait for this God to come sweep me away into this magical heaven. You missed the boat. You missed the message. You're so far off, you don't even know what is up and what is down. There's no rapture. There's no magical rapture coming to snatch your body, your spirit out of your body and suck it up into some magical heaven. It's not going to happen. Another man, M-A-N, human being, wrote that. Not the creator of the universe. Not the creator of the universe. And as I said before, my disclaimer, I believe that there's a God. I believe that there's a creator of the universe. This ain't it. The Gnostics knew. That ain't it. 1827, a couple hundred years ago. When was hell added to the Bible? Oh, what do you mean? Hell was added to the Bible? What is he talking about? The lake of fire, the burning lake of fire, the eternal burning and suffering, purgatory. I'm going to go there if I don't do this. That's why I gotta pretend like I love this stuff so I don't end up in this lake of fire. The fear is driving me to do this religion, and I'm not even aware of it. I'm just trying to save my ass. You know how many Christians come to me and tell me, I'm doing this just in case. The mission is to bring heaven to earth. You missed that message, didn't you? The mission is to do greater things than he. You missed that message, didn't you? You're supposed to even excel and exceed far past what Yeshua's achievements were on this planet, not in any kind of magical heaven, right here on this physical plane of existence. You're supposed to bring heaven to earth. Can you master that right here? Can you love your brother? Can you stop falling for divide and conquer? Can you get the hell out of polytricks? Can you stop falling for the foolishness and go take a trip towards spirituality and visit inner space so you can expand the outer space and find out who you truly are and the power that's truly inside of you? And find out that you are God walking in the flesh every single day, because the same divine spark that created this universe is inside of your body. What is holding us back from taking our birthright as claiming this planet as our own? Taking back control of this planet from the 100 families that control and run 8 billion people?
Well, I told you, the 100 reptilian families, 100 of them motherfuckers. You know, I ain't say 100 though, but you know, which is reptilian family. They all white. You know, all of a sudden they white with green eyes. All of a sudden, They all, opposite of black nation, of Hispanic nation. It's all of a sudden, all the 100 families that were in the world is white. All of it, ain't no black, no black families, nothing, no Spanish families. They're all white families. That's it. See, it just let you know right now.
What is stopping us from taking control of our reality and manifesting the life we want? Religion and polytricks. Those are the two things you guys got going on that are stopping complete advancement of the human race right now, today. Completely pushing separation, division, and racism, mental and physical enslavement. Those two things, religion and polytricks. The two most detrimental things ever put into place on this planet to literally hold mankind back. You remove those two things, we got 99% of our problems solved. I did a video, who's doing all the killing in the Bible. And you know what I found out during my research into that topic? It wasn't the devil. God had killed over 3 million people in the Bible, including his own son. The devil didn't kill anybody. This is crazy. He had killed over 3 million, plus his own son, and the devil didn't kill anybody. That's crazy. Like, think about that for a minute. Who was doing all the killing? But then I came across this verse, Isaiah 45:7. I form the light, and I create the darkness. I make peace, and I create evil. I doeth these things, saith the Lord. That's God speaking. Won't he do it? God is good all the time. I'm the creator of all the universe. I can literally think things into existence. I can breathe life into rocks and dirt and turn them into living beings. I got a good idea though. These humans are acting up a little bit. I don't know if I can just walk down there and give them a little knowledge, or should I use vitro fertilization into a woman's womb, make her pregnant, let her go 9 months and give birth to a demigod, half mine and half hers, have it grow up, and then, when it's the right age, I'll sacrifice it and kill it and slaughter it in front of everybody, so I can absolve these humans of their sins. Come on, man. Come on. Wake up. I believe that there is actually a God, a programmer that has programmed this matrix that we're living in. We're living inside of a fractal holographic light matrix, a matrix of light. We are completely immersed in it, and thereby not allowing us to detect the fact that we are actually living in a matrix of light. We now know through quantum physics that even our bodies, which appear to be solid, are made of light. Man exists both as a being of light and also as a matter, according to actual peer-reviewed science, not according to Billy Carson. So you can't say, oh, this guy's just making this stuff up, because the quantum physics and the quantum mechanics proves that we are living in a creation. The method of the creation, which I have explained many times, is a fractal holographic matrix of light. We know that by taking an 8th dimensional quasi-crystal in a laboratory setting, which scientists have actually done, it will cast down, when you put it at a particular angle, it will cast down a 4th dimensional quasi-crystal. And when that's positioned in a specific angle, it casts down a sphere, which is the universe that we're living in. So we know that we're living in the shadow of a higher dimension. This is actually real science, not emotions, not opinions, science.
We dive deep into.
If I could pick just one product for my silk press, it's Shea Moisture Silk Press in a bottle. I apply with heat pumps to freshly washed and detangled hair before blow drying. It's lightweight, protects up to 410 degrees, and it keeps frizz and humidity under control. This has to be my best at-home silk press yet.
Into the lives of some of the world's most influential change makers. I'm your host, Brandy Harvey. But before I introduce my guest for today, I need you to go ahead and do me a favor. I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss your daily dose of inspiration and motivation. Now, I don't never give a little preface to these interviews, but I feel like this one might buckle your